It's Monday, the 30th of October, 2023. Good morning to our listeners and viewers, especially those of you on Facebook, in St. Lucia, and across the globe. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Hard Drive for another day. Today is the 30th of October. We have one more day to go before we say so long to the month of October. Well, the co-host of Hard Drive is none other than Tony Paul. Tony, good morning.
Good morning, Andre Paul. How are you today?
I'm well. And,
good to know that, man. Good to know that you're doing well.
Yes. How was the weekend? I'm sure you took in some of the Uniqueal activities.
Well, I was going to say most definitely, but just our own thing. Remember we spoke about it? Just our own thing.
You mean the boys?
The boys. That's right. That's right. And we had a blast, Andre. A blast. We always enjoy ourselves anyway. But it was really, really special because we did the food and the drinks and so on, the different dishes of Uniqueal, and we just had a really, really good time. Honestly, I swear to you, it was just out of this world. As a matter of fact, a couple of the guys who were there, who are in a chat room with me, and so many others, those, how do you call them? Lumericans, like Lucian Americans. There are quite a few of them. They would have seen videos. They would have seen pictures of us where we were yesterday, having a great time. Crispin Brown, he says he always listens. Every time I shout Chris Brown, St. Lucia's Chris Brown, he's always there, Andre, always. He could tell us everything that we talk about. He could actually tell me that we spoke about this, we spoke about that, so he's always there. Blau, good morning to you too. Those are among some of the organizers of our Uniqueal vibe. And we had it at Back's home.
I was going to ask you, where was the location?
Yeah, man, that's in Cap Estate.
So in other words, your guys were another host community.
Yes, that's right. But it was not open to the public. Yes. It was open only to friends and invited guests, by the way.
Yes. So were the wives there as well?
Yes, some guys brought their people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was nice.
So when you say their people, what do you mean?
Meaning girlfriends, wives, boys.
Okay.
Yes.
I was just wondering,
Definitely.
What that meant.
Oh, yeah. When you say that's my people. my peeps.
Well, Tony, the final caller, Madua.
Oh, Madua, good morning.
Yes. I think she seems to like you a lot, and she also trusts you. Yeah, because I asked her to tell me what's on her heart, because I could tell she was getting all emotional, and she says she'll only share it with you. So, boy, you'll have a, what do they call it? Me and Mrs. Jones, we got our thing going on.
We got a thing going on. Yes, no doubt about that. Me and Madua, we have a thing going on. She always used to, almost everywhere that I worked, she actually used to call the radio stations, almost every one of them, Andrew. I think it started off with Radio St. Lucia. Yes, because she does that. Love to call and give shout outs to her friends. She takes a while, and everybody knows that she's famous for that. So as soon as Madua calls, you just know she's going to be on for a while. So it started there, Radio St. Lucia, and everywhere else I went to after that, Madua would follow. And imagine, Andrew, I went to see her once. Duval took me there. And from that time, the love affair started. Me and Madua.
I rather suspect she's going through some personal challenges, because she always seems to get emotional. Yeah, so I don't know what's up
that.
I
need to find out. She spoke to me some time ago. Basically, Andre, if you call a radio station, you're a regular caller. Worst of all, if you call all the radio stations who have phone-in programs, you know what will happen to you, right?
You get popular?
As you would say, you know the thing. Andre, exactly. Think of it, Arthur, and all the others who call regularly. They call regular talk shows and so on. So you get popular, and people don't like that. Imagine that.
When you say people don't like that, meaning the fact that you get popular?
Maybe. They just, you know what I mean? They just like, that kind of way, you know what I mean? So it makes you feel like, oh gosh, man, that's what I love. Because, Andre, we love what we love. That's what I love to do. So give me a break. Leave me alone.
Yes.
Keep my back museum, right, Madua?
Yes.
And other issues she may have, I'm sure she doesn't mind me saying this. Of course, she went to Choiseul to take care of her mom. Mom passed away. She has been taking care of her daughter for a lot of years. I do not remember how how old the daughter lived up to. But the daughter was incapacitated, if you like, couldn't do nothing for herself. Yes. And for a lot of years, she was just in bed. Madua, we would take care of her. She would be in pain and all of that. Madua took care of her until she passed a couple of years ago.
You said that's her daughter?
Her daughter, that's right. One of her daughters. She has quite a few children. Yeah.
Ah, boy. Well, all I can say, Tony, it's very hard getting people like that in today's world. That's why, for example, the story we had, was it last week, on What's on Your Mind? The guy called and he was talking about this ex-girlfriend of his taking care of him for about 10 years alongside his mother, right? So it's very, very difficult getting people like that these days, because even with some parents, for example, Tony, and you have children now who tend to be a little impatient, don't want to deal with the fact that the aged parents are having health issues, and they would put them in a home. Now, I'm not knocking anybody for that, because there's some cases that you have to understand they just can't. They don't have maybe the resources.
That's right.
to take care of the aged parents. So we must not be too hard on people like that. But I think as much as we can, we should try to have our family members who are not doing too well with us at home as best as we can. I know it's a real challenge.
Yes.
But for me, Tony, I can only speak about Mama, my experience with her.
I was going to go there.
And I remember her before she passed and before she did her will and everything. And she said to me, "Promise me one thing, that you will not put me in a home." And my response to her was, that was just not in the pipeline at all.
Yeah.
According to me, never.
Exactly.
Never.
It's according to you.
Yes, I just couldn't see me. So again, I'm not knocking anybody who does it. I'm sure they have good reasons. But as long as you have the resources, Anthony, we did as a family.
Yes.
We all do what people are supposed to do as a family, which is to get together,
That's right.
combine our resources, right, and took care of her.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you get somebody who's a helper, somebody's able to do that sort of work, and if you can, and Mama felt happy about that, and I'm sure that would help extend their lives.
Yes,
instead
definitely.
of being in a nursing home. I know for sure, Tony. I'm asking God, when I get to that age, I'm asking Him that I'm able to go to the toilet on my own. I'm serious about that. Go to the toilet on my own, to do 1 and 2 on my own. I don't need any help for that. And I'm also asking Him that I can still take a shower by myself. After that,
you're asking for a lot.
Yeah. After that, He can take me. Yeah. And I'd also like to die in my sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I want it.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'd like to know that when I go to sleep, somebody's going to wake up in the morning and realize I didn't come out.
Right.
Then come and check on me.
Yeah, he died peacefully.
Peacefully, in his sleep. That's what I would like.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ideal.
Yes.
But we don't have a say.
Yeah, I don't want to be in a nursing home. I know you could make friends and this sort of thing, but imagine your family. When you see in a nursing home, you tend to see your family infrequently.
Yes, very much so.
Because sometimes the family genuinely wants to come and see you today. Say it's a weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You haven't seen family.
Right.
That's what that's the most likely scenario. Doesn't mean in all cases. But when the weekend comes, you can't look forward to seeing your family.
Yeah.
And then things come up. Things come up. And they say, okay, I'll see you next week. And next thing, next week comes and a whole month passes by, you can't see your family. So I don't want that experience.
Andre, I'm the kind of guy who will like to say it like it is. And it happened with me, of course. You brought it up when the grandmother, Mama, was in the house with you. You remember how infrequent I used to visit?
Yeah.
So again, like I said, I say it like it is, infrequent, because that what you just explained used to happen a lot. But think about it. Whenever I came,
you'd have a whole day.
That's right. Hours. We would just sit together and we would just talk. And when she told me, Andre, she told me a lot.
Yeah.
For the times that she always said that, for the times that I don't see you, you make up for it because you just stay with me all the while. Now, of course, it would be a lot of repeats because as you get older, you say things you say a million times.
But even if you're not older, Tony, I find I tend to do that.
So
I tend to repeat things.
You're aware of it?
Yeah, definitely.
I thought you were not aware of it.
Yes,
I swear to you.
I tend to repeat things.
Okay.
Because I think maybe you didn't really hear me. or you didn't understand. When I say you, I'm making a general statement.
I know.
That you didn't hear what I said, or you didn't understand what I said, so I make sure I repeat it to make sure you get it.
I didn't realize this guy, because you repeat. Okay, it's like, Andre, when you're under the influence, boy, you repeat yourself. You would say one thing, and guys, you all know what I'm talking about. You'd say one thing a million times to the same person, and I ain't talking about something they said to you way before, Mm-hmm. They just told it to you, They're repeating it.
That's when they're under the influence.
Well, you see that one? Under the influence? Gosh, boy, that's another show itself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, one of these days, for true, we must talk about that,
Oh,
what it's like being under the influence.
Oh, gosh, boy, for real.
To be honest with you, Tony, I have no idea.
I know.
I have no idea.
I know. Let me say good morning to all the Facebook folks. Andre, there are people, my friends told me that as well. If they're watching on Facebook, what happens is that they would be typing, saying, maybe making little comments. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, we don't see the comments, right?
Yeah, not as yet.
They themselves can see each other's comments. And I find that so sweet. I wish we could have seen it so we could perhaps read some of them, for y'all. But again, you guys know it because you are the ones typing it, reading it, and just exchanging among yourselves. That's fine for now. Let's enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Tony, you said the weekend was cool for you.
It was just, Andre, no, it wasn't cool. Cool is like, yeah, it was cool, No, it was great.
All right.
The weekend started from Thursday, man. Imagine that. You remember? We were together on Thursday, and I said to you, boy, I got to go,
Yeah.
A friend of ours invited us, just three of us, for dinner. Chris Alexander is his name. He invited us for dinner, and we went to this nice restaurant. Of course, hopefully we do a little business with them so that I could mention them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we went there and we had a really, really nice time and superb. So thanks, Chris. One more time. If you see Chris, tell him we say thank you. And on Facebook, too, we say thank you very much, Chris. We appreciated it very, very much. So it started on Thursday, then, of course, went into Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and I made it here today.
Yes.
Andre, you going to get into some other stuff?
Go ahead.
Okay. One final thing, I just wanted to bring this up. Remember, a lot of last week we spoke about you and the influence as being the eldest in the siblings. One other thing that I also remembered, and I hope you remember this, that you played with the band, which started off as Sunsetters and went into Sugarcane. So you played with Sugarcane too,
yes.
Right? From my memory. You remember playing at a VBCC event?
I think so.
Maybe that one time.
And did you do a Rapper's Delight thing?
So that means you remember.
I remember, yeah.
So let me tell the listeners and the viewers. This man played in the band, right? And we had this show that myself and the only other person I remember participating in this show, Andrew, was Nazi, That's so strange. I think John T, well, not John T, the late John T, but there's another guy from the club we call John T. His name is John Duncan or John Rosemain. And he too, I remember him performing as well. And we put on this show, and after the show, your band was just jamming, man. And I remember being there, and y'all played Good Times.
Right.
These are the good times. And Andre looked at me, and Andre says, sing the thing, man. Sing. You remember that?
Yes, of course.
Sing, go ahead. Because Andre, you would have heard me do this a million times in the house. So you know I could have done it.
Rapper's Delight.
Delight. And I'm like, Andre, I just look at you and like, what? Do this in front of all these people? In the privacy of our home, our living room? Fine. Like some people say they're bathroom singers. They sing in their bathrooms, and that's about it. Andre asked me to rap this thing, and I'm like, okay, I could probably do this. And I just ran with it, Andre. It was just really, really special.
And you were a big hit that night.
I was. You know what I mean? Because some people were saying, imagine it took 3 guys to do Rapper's Delight. Big Bank Hank, Master G, and the one who starts it. Master G. No, Master G is the youngest one. Big Bank Hank and... oh gosh, okay, let me see if I can get his name by singing it.
That's all right.
I said a hip, hop, the hibbit of the hip hopper, you don't stop, you rock it to the bang, bang, boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends, we're going to start to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike. That was his name. So I had to sing to him, I am Wonder Mike. And I'd love to say hello to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. And of course, I went on and on and on and on, singing the whole thing that 3 guys sang. Yeah. I did it by myself.
And you were hit that night.
Oh, man. Again, thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yes,
Yeah.
And I'm still that way, Tony. A lot of the young guys, because I know what it felt like when I was interested in getting on the air, and they were tolerating me at the radio stations because I was there practically every day. So they were tolerating me. They didn't shoo me out. In some instances, yes.
That was RCI?
RCI for the most part. RSL,
RCI, yes.
RSL, but RCI for the most part. Right. So they tolerated me. Imelda Charles, I'm every day sitting there with her and having these conversations and so on. Right. So they tolerated me. And eventually, of course, that was my way of getting inside. So, because of my experience now, I said to myself, when it's my turn now, I will not shoo guys away and tell the guys, get out, you can't come inside here, that sort of thing. And quite a few of them will attest to that, that while I was on the air, I tried my best as I could, because, sometimes management is a little stern on these things. Best I could, maybe on a weekend or something, to have certain individuals come in. Yeah, while I was actually on air.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I hope they remember.
Yeah, because I'm so shocked that you actually remember that. The Rapper's Delight, you just tell me, you guys are doing Good Times, the song, and I'm rapping, you tell me, go ahead, do it. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? I just had to throw that in there.
Of course. All right, Tony, let's get to some more substantive matters. I don't know if you're aware that there was a drive-by shooting incident in Vieux-Fort last Thursday night.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that on Friday because it was Journée Creole. So I meant to speak about that. But it should bother all of us in St. Lucia when people die that way. Since it's drive-by, I imagine innocent people get hurt, innocent people get killed as a result, because you're just going to come and open fire, right? These guys, for the most part, can't shoot very, very well, so they make mistakes. And it's quite possible that either one or both of these individuals there were not the intended targets, but it does happen. So 2 individuals were shot and killed. This thing, our crime problem, I don't want to single out any kind of community, but it is a problem. Anthony, I just believe that the root of this thing is that it's our inability to solve problems peacefully. And you see it there on the world stage. You see it. You see the world stage where everybody's like about revenge and getting back and so on. Sometimes, man, I have a thing on my pick. Let me read it for you. My display pick. I think it's such a powerful. It's a powerful message in there. It's an African proverb that goes like this: for the sake of the rose, okay? And you have a rose, if you are familiar with the rose, there are usually thorns around the rose, right? For the sake of the rose, we must water the thorns. You get it, right?
Yes, definitely.
You get it. Wow, because sometimes you want to take action against somebody or something, but you have to look at the bigger picture. If I let me give you an example, and I know this happens a lot, so let me use this opportunity. A guy, for example, has an issue with his child. Now, he'd be supporting his child generally, but because he may have an issue with the mother of the child, he now, will decide to withhold his support for the rose, right? So in other words, to get to the thorn now, he will stop watering the flower or the rose. He'll stop watering it, right, to make a point. But sometimes we have to look beyond that and say, hey, if I do that, that child or that person or that thing is going to suffer as a result of my actions. And you see it clearly there in that war with Israel and Hamas. They want to get to Hamas. Yes, I agree 100% they should get rid of these guys. What these guys did was pure evil, and I think any right-thinking person will not agree, right? But to get to them, they have to now, to get to that thorn, they have to go through the rose or the roses.
That's right.
So they're destroying the rose to get to the thorn.
Right.
And that's not very wise. It's not wise. And Israel is going to see down the line the consequences, because for every action, there's a reaction. So just going back to, I
just want to say, I see you went there again.
Yeah, just going back to our thing. I think we have a problem in St. Lucia, and I'll give you a little story, Tony, after you make your comments, where we do not know how to solve things peacefully. But go ahead.
All right, yes. In terms of that situation that took place, now I'm wondering if it's the same one, because I understand that it was a father who got shot. Again, sometimes, Andre, to get to the son, you actually said it, to get to the son, you say, I'm taking out the father. Or just perhaps it's like, okay, maybe they thought it was he that was there, and they just fired. You know what I mean? I am not sure. I only heard about the father, but I think you're right. The news said the two of them got shot, and both died, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So again, just spraying or firing, not indiscriminately, but aiming for them. Whoever they were. It's like, and Andre, it's a thing these days. Even here in St. Lucia, I can't get you. I'll take out you understand? Your son,
and that's
your
crazy.
mother,
that's
your
crazy.
father. That is crazy. For our little St. Lucia, that is crazy.
And I'm glad you used those words, Tony. I'm glad you used those exact words. I'll take out mother, father, etc., etc. Let me tell you what happened to me on the weekend.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was actually bad.
Really?
It was actually bad. And it was on my mind for the entire weekend. And I just said to myself, again, we have a problem here where people aren't able to solve their problems peacefully. So let me tell you what happened. On the weekend, I was heading down south, right? So, with the construction taking place there in the cul-de-sac area, the roads are bad. Yeah, these are not even roads. I don't know what they are. And I think it's about time that the government probably makes a statement on this as to what's going on, why the works are being held up. And these roads are a mess. It's just, potholes all over the place. It's been a while. And you now, as a motorist traversing that road, you have to pick the best hole to go into.
Left or right.
And let me just make a little comment. I think I mentioned that to you a few maybe about a month ago. I was driving in that same cul-de-sac area, a little lower down. I think there's a bakery place there.
Yeah.
And I was driving on the of course on the left side, and some guy tried to overtake me just at that point. So I know there was a hole there, a pothole, right? A crater. So I tried to maneuver the vehicle, but I couldn't because the guy was overtaking me at that particular time. And I went down in that crater.
Ouch.
I mean, it was bad.
That hurts my heart.
Yeah, it was bad. I have both front tire, back tire go inside there.
Yeah.
So I kind of, slowed down to see if everything was okay. I realized the vehicle wasn't wobbling or anything like that. So I said, okay, fine. I'll check it later, because that area, I don't stop there. I don't feel comfortable.
It was nighttime?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
According to somebody, that's an area prone to be dark.
Bonus claim. Your name.
So I checked my tire the following day. I realized it was actually bloated, the front tire.
Yeah,
and I had to change that tire, right? I had to change that tire, and imagine what it must have been like to see the guy rolling I bought that tire just about 2 weeks before.
Yep.
Rolling a brand new tire, which I had to change and get a new one again. I said, where? So a whole bunch of potholes all over the place. So that area that I'm speaking about, after you live, say you're heading down south and you leave the Kentucky Fried Chicken place, then you make that left turn, a whole bunch of potholes.
Yeah.
And the government really needs to settle this thing and get this thing going. I don't know what's going on. I think they say some issue with the contractor. Not too sure. Right. So I'm trying to maneuver. Now, looking ahead of me, there were no vehicles, no oncoming vehicles. So I was able now to kind of go in the best holes. But in doing that I was infuriating a guy who was on a motorcycle at the back of me. He was so angry that I was doing that. He cussed me up. Okay, so the road is bad. He stopped the motorcycle. I said to him, what's your problem? I mean, why are you cussing me? What's the problem? He said to me, don't you know you're putting my life in danger by having me to pass on the side of the road and so you're on the wrong side and so on. I said, partner. I was trying to avoid the holes right here. You can see the road is bad. Tony, almost every motorist in my position would have done the same thing, because you don't want to go into the worst part of the thing. So partner, right, started just so threatening me. The man threatened to take me out. and threatened to take out all my family. Just like that, you know.
Really?
Just like that. And I'm saying to myself, look at that. A simple thing where I was just trying to avoid some potholes. It's true. I haven't said to him, you're right. When he said to me about, so my life is not more important than the holes or something like that, I said, yeah. You're right, partner. You're right about that part. But I was just trying to avoid
the holes. Exactly.
I'm trying to explain that to him.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have any of it. The man threatened me. The man threatened my family to take all of us out. I said, all right, partner. You know? Now, if maybe I had responded in a boisterous way, maybe the court knows where that would end up.
Exactly.
So I was just saying, that's how I think one of our major problems there where the crime is concerned. Our first reaction to a challenge or a problem is to deal with it through violence.
That's right.
And as to why we that way, I don't know.
We're angry. There's a lot of anger, built up anger inside of us. For whatever the reason, frustrations, etc., etc. But we are such an angry set of people. It is said it's about black people are so angry, you know, but maybe it's a human thing. You know what I mean? So I won't just say it's black people who are we're just so angry, you know. That slavery mentality is in us. So we're pissed off any little thing, you know. So down here, and let me just touch on the guy that you spoke about on the motorcycle. Again, you said it, you know. I take out this, I take out that. Andre, people know people. He can take out this, he can make these threats. He don't know who you know.
Same thing.
He has no idea.
The man doesn't know me, you know.
He probably recognized you.
Maybe after the conversation, maybe.
Yeah. So, you know, people know people. Like he himself may know some people, you know, because he may be in a situation where he knows some people who can do stuff. But he has no idea who you know. And maybe you can do it quicker than him because you threaten me. Maybe I might take that to go to the police. You know what I mean? We make a report. Make an official report. You know what I mean? And then let's see what happens after that. So, again, let me tell you, Andre, conflict resolution, it's such a difficult thing. But it's a thing we should really, really practice. And I think that's what you were hinting there a while ago. And practice conflict resolution.
I think it should start in the home, right? The way we interact with each other. For example, this morning I read a story in Jamaica about two brothers who were in a fight at their father's home. And one brother stabbed the other one. And the brother is now dead. The one who was stabbed is dead. And the father said he saw, when he heard the commotion, by the time he got to the room, he saw one brother taking a leap out of a window and the other brother crouching by a refrigerator after you were stabbed. So he died. So you see, so this thing has to start even in the family setting where you have an environment where peace is being promoted, right? And a high tolerance against crime. You have a high intolerance, a high intolerance for crime of any kind. Any kind. And it's really sad that we live in a society where people just try to get away with whatever we feel we can get away with. Some person who you know, the person cannot afford to have that particular thing that they're selling, right? And then for you now to buy that thing from that, you know that individual is unemployed, maybe a person who's on the streets and you see that person having something valuable and they say to you, Bossman, give me $10 for that. Could be a phone, a cell phone. I'm just as an example. And you know that person is no way he can afford to have that kind of phone. And you're purchasing it. So you see, you are now tolerating by your own actions. You are participating in something that is a crime.
That's right.
And that's not right. And this is where it starts. And we have to teach our children those things and to tell them that when you find yourself at a stalemate and you cannot resolve it, the way to resolve, at least the way not to resolve it, is through violence.
Exactly.
This reaction, because look at the way the guy reacted to me. It was a simple matter. It just has to do with a pothole. And look at how far that got in less than 5 seconds.
That's right. Because of again, he is telling you, you're telling him, and he's telling you, and all of a sudden it's like it just escalates, to like, I could do this, or I feel like doing you that. Sometimes that comes out, but I feel like giving you one, so and so and so and so. Yes.
And it depends on how we respond. In my case, I said, okay, partner. Every time you see he went down that road, I said, okay, partner, let's finish with that. You understand? Because I realized where he's going already.
Right.
And that time he just sped off. So somebody else now will probably come out of the vehicle and come in your face.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Oh, yeah. And Andrew, again, I was saying he doesn't know who you know, kind of thing. Or you could have had, let me put it this way, you could have had a legal
firearm.
That's right.
Now he doesn't know.
You might be the owner of a legal firearm. And you know, Andre just said, you see, when you have a firearm, you feel powerful. You feel powerful, untouchable.
Yep,
you understand?
It's true. And I often wonder why the ordinary St. Lucians have firearms. And maybe you're right. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It makes you feel powerful.
Situations like that, you know. Okay, it's best for me, as far as I'm concerned, the best way is how you handle it. Okay, yeah, you were exchanging, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you go there and be like, you know something? I'll leave it alone. Leave it alone. And if he continued, you'd say, listen, man, let's leave it alone. I'm warning you. Let's leave it alone. Okay, no problem. I'm sorry. You know, I caused you obstruction or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just want to continue.
Because I told him, you're right. When he said to me about me considering the holes more than his life, I said, yeah, you're right. I agreed with him. You're right about that. I tried to explain my reason for doing it.
Yes.
But he couldn't get it. He wouldn't have it.
That's right.
He wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
Boy, there was a raid in January, again last week. And what reason I'm bringing it up is because they found a skull, right? Among some of I think they found some illegal weapon, but they found a skull. I think the skull was wrapped in some kind of clothing. Now, I said to myself, what are these guys doing with a skull? Does that skull belong to you? That's the skull of a human being. Yeah. What are you doing with a skull? So you have to say, but is that somebody that they killed or something?
You remember recently somebody was found, a body was found beheaded?
That's right.
That's what it might have been.
And I wonder that's what it was.
Just might have been, yeah.
I hope the police give an update on that.
Yes, that would be good.
Yeah. So you see the kind of individuals we're dealing with in St. Lucia right now. That's a different kettle of criminals. What am I doing with a skull in my possession? It wouldn't even enter my thought to have a skull in my possession, and you have that with you. I really hope you can explain.
Yeah, wouldn't that be like smelling? Stinking of the place.
Suppose
you know what I mean?
I suppose so. Sorry. Yeah, and then you can. I don't know what. Maybe they did something to kill the smell. I don't know.
Yeah, but to keep the skull or to keep the head that is now a skull, you know. Let me tell you,
crazy.
It is. That's the word I was going to use. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The mentality of our young people these days. Sorry to be saying young because you know what I mean. But anyway, the ages of the people who are doing these things, it's just unprecedented, if I could use that word there. Yeah.
Yeah, Tony. This morning I was talking about the situation in Gaza because you know I follow that as often as I can, and I was talking. I don't know if you heard me. I was on What's on Your Mind. And I was talking about the ICC, the International Criminal Court, right? They say they actually I think in the Rafah crossing, I think that's a route between Egypt and Gaza. So someplace there, I think that's where they ferry those trucks to bring the relief. So that's where this individual is situated, looking at the scene and taking place. And they asked him, in terms of war crimes, what is his take? Does he see any sign that there's war crimes taking place there as we speak? And his response was he went on Hamas right away. And I agree. Hamas kidnapped people, they murdered people, right? And we all, any right-thinking person will say this is not right. But now I'm finding out why Hamas did that. Hamas apparently wants to get the Palestinian brothers out of prisons, or out of the prison system in Israel. So that's why they have those kidnapped individuals. I think over 200 as bargaining chips,
including Americans.
That's right. Americans are there, and what knows who else?
That's right.
Right. So that's why you see now again everybody's acting on emotion. The United States, all of them. England, I think they probably have some of their citizens as well. I'm not too sure. So they're all acting on emotion and figures, well, just take them out. So I agree. First thing he said, that's a war crime for sure. What Hamas did. In the case of Israel, and he was not the only one, there were a few other experts who were weighing in on the issue. And when it comes to Israel's actions there against Hamas / the ordinary Palestinian person, they're saying what Israel is doing is wrong. Yeah.
Taking out innocent citizens.
That's right. It's wrong. It's wrong. They never said evil.
The ICC.
Yeah, never said evil and so on. It's wrong. It's wrong. No, true. It's wrong.
It's wrong. It is, Andre. It is
wrong.
Very, very wrong.
But you're telling me, so it's like a human life means almost nothing to you. If you're going to say what Hamas did is pure evil, it's a war crime, and you have Israel on the other side now. To me, clearly, this is clear. We talk about war crime. You prevent medicine from going in, water, fuel. Hospitals, you're asking people to vacate hospitals and things like that. So no war crimes being committed there. So it's quite likely, Tony, that Israel will walk free after that.
Probably. Because the way I look at it, because again, like you keep saying, they have the support of the bigger, let's call them the superpower nations. They do have the support, and that I guess is what is allowing them to continue to do what they're doing. But as you said, war crimes. It's almost like, hey, I'm retaliating. I'm retaliating, and there will be innocent people in terms of war. There will be innocent people in the crossfire. So.
Yeah. Now, Tony, it's easy for us to say, innocent people in the crossfire, or there's another phrase for it. What's the phrase again? Collateral damage. It's easy for us to say that when it is not our family.
That's true.
That gets caught up in the collateral damage. It's easy for us to say that, Look at the situation there with the Israelis that they kidnapped. I heard an Israeli on the BBC saying, because I think his two family members of his were kidnapped as well, and he was saying he was really, really angry because the Jewish leadership has been saying, well, this may be the ultimate price to pay,
right,
that your family will die. Because he was asking, he says, how do they know when they fire on those tunnels that Israeli citizens are not there? How do they know that?
Right.
And he was saying he couldn't believe it, that the leadership of his country was saying, well, for the greater good, your family may have to die as a result of what's going on there. You see, because it's not the ones making the statement, that's not their family. I remember in that movie, Air Force One, I don't know if you saw that movie, where they kidnapped the American Air Force One is the jet, if you will, the private jet that is used by the President of the United States.
Right.
So they kidnapped that jet. And
who was the president in that one?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
Okay.
Harrison Ford was that. Okay. I like that movie. I watched it quite a few times. Now, he was saying the official position of the United States government, we don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't negotiate. Right. While on the plane now, the guys realized that his daughter and wife were there.
I know where you're going.
Right. His daughter and wife were there. So they brought them in now into the private room on the aircraft where he can see them now, almost ready to torture and kill his wife and daughter immediately.
Let's negotiate.
He back off. Let's negotiate. Because that's his wife and child. They asked him to make a call. Yeah. Make a call to free some terrorists in Russia. He says, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And he looked like he was really serious. And as soon as they brought the wife and child,
let's talk.
He backed off immediately. Yeah. You see? So it's easy when it's not our family.
It's true. It's true. It's not when it has not hit home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to make a statement like that, I think that is really, really uncaring. To make it, your family, you may have to suffer the ultimate fate, and so for the greater good.
Oh boy.
And the man is hurting because that's his family who's there. So Hamas now is ready to negotiate. It says once you are ready, we are willing to free the 200 plus hostages that we have in exchange for our brothers who are being held in Israeli prisons. And Tony, there are quite a few of them in Israeli prisons.
Exactly.
Quite a few.
There are.
There are even young boys inside there who Israel arrested as young as 12 years old for throwing stones.
Yeah.
So Israel boy is a little bully. Yeah. I call him the mini bully.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I don't like the Israelis, They're nice people, right? They're nice people, and I'm not going to... But if they're doing something that is wrong, Tony, because you support them, you have to figure these are God's special people, and you can't criticize them. You want to be on their side, and they clearly doing evil things. Have you seen the images coming out of Gaza?
I have.
I mean, that thing is heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It takes a certain type of politician to be behaving that way.
Yes.
It takes a certain type of mentality to tell me you can block that, and the same way, Tony, it tugs at your heartstrings. I'm sure it does, right?
Yes.
Most people.
Yes.
It doesn't tug at your heartstrings, and for you to be behaving like, to see women clutching their little children, they're dead.
And those who are perhaps not dead, but injured and badly injured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have people cramped up. 14,000 people in a hospital. Tony, have you heard something like that?
That's
14,000 people in a hospital. And you're telling the people in the hospital clear out.
Mm-hmm.
What about people in ICU? Where are they going? And you tell the other people who are supporting them, America, England, France, you're allowing that?
Mm-hmm.
No. There's something wrong with that.
I see you really love this story.
Yeah.
Almost every single time.
Yeah, I'm following it, man. I you see human nature in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Tony. Don't forget we have our giveaway, right?
Of course.
Yeah, you can win
That's
$97.1. That's coming up in just a little while.
That's right.
Okay, Tony. More lavatage again in Nigeria. You know, a lot of African countries have these buggery laws on their statute books.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's wrong to bugger somebody, even if the person is a willing participant. Yeah,
Just the sound of it, bugger.
Yeah. Imagine, remember one time we used to call people buggers?
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to be like...
You bugger.
Yeah. and today, it's a serious thing. Yeah, I think maybe when we were kids, we didn't realize that these buggery laws
That's right.
existed.
We
So
had no idea Andrea had no idea what it is. Bugger. You just thought you bugger was, you fool or something.
Right.
Yeah. What you fool, you bugger, like, what was it, boy?
Yeah, no, it wasn't like a bad boy, but something close to or troublesome.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
And most times we would say it when something happened to you.
You bugger. So today, now we know this is serious business.
That's right.
Yeah. So the authorities now in Nigeria, they're really going after those people. They say were having homosexual birthday parties, and also Hedata. They arrested them because they had an intention to hold a same-sex marriage. They had an intention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they can prove that in court.
Right. Except maybe the license or something, because you have to get a license.
Yeah, but they can't get in Nigeria for sure.
Right.
Yeah, because against the law, nobody will give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they arrested about 70 young people, both men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're telling me the person is holding a homosexual birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
You go as a police officer, you're going to invade the people's birthday party.
Right.
That's a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
What harm is that doing? I think some of these police officers, they just like to flex their muscles. You know, if you have the power to do something,
Mm-hmm.
so you're just doing it because you have the power.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not right. And in the process of arresting, obviously the people are going to put up some kind of resistance.
Definitely.
Now they beat them, right? And they jail them, sometimes without charge and things like that. They treat them badly. But aren't those individuals doing something which is even worse, which is violence now being perpetrated against a citizen of the country who has done nothing to harm anybody? They're the ones harming.
You know, you ask what it is they're arrested for, kind of thing, or what they beat them for. Andre, it's as simple as this: resisting arrest. You know, because that's a charge. You know, they come there. Maybe the police came peacefully and started saying whatever. I'm just saying maybe, because we really don't know. So started telling them, well, we are here to so and so and so, and maybe some people just like, what, my private home and what am I? We are private zest that we are having, and all of a sudden you all come. So okay, we're taking you down. Don't hold me and move. You know what I mean? You're resisting arrest. That's the charge right there.
Yes, and when a law is clearly discriminatory or law is evil,
yes,
to me you need to resist. I mean, not resist to hurt anybody, but resist and say, this is not right.
Right. What's the charge? First thing. What is the charge? What are you
for having a
birthday,
homosexual birthday party? So you have a birthday party and you have predominantly homosexuals at the party. You're arresting somebody because of that?
Yeah.
You are a problem. But they can't see it that way.
Remember what we spoke about? The law. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The law. It's just the law. Maybe a stupid law. Or go ahead.
It has to be fought. It has to be fought because it's a stupid law, Tony. It's bias, and it clearly yes, Tony. It discriminates against one group of people. If you're going to have a law for homosexuality, you must have one for the fornicators as well, because they're all doing something that is wrong, that is evil.
It's not illegal
in God's sight. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For me to shut my mouth and leave it alone, you have to change the laws to make fornication, right, and adultery punishable by death or whatever it is that they punishing those people. Yes. So then now you're not being biased. You're not being discriminatory. You're not targeting one group. And you live just like what's happening there, I tell you, in Gaza with Israel.
But notice you said buggery and not the female side of things.
Now, Tony, here you go now.
Buggery. Yes, that's right. Male.
But by the way, they arrested women as well, huh?
Of course,
Yeah,
because they were
women.
all there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So they just probably took everybody and said, "Hey, let's
So what's
go,"
your take on that one? I think you're going somewhere with that.
the buggery?
Yeah, with the females. Because it's not considered buggery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a bit of, again, maybe discrimination right there, you know, that you have a law for buggery and yet you don't have one for females who are gay, you know what I mean? Same-sex relations with females. So maybe that's a bit of discrimination right there. But Andre, the buggery part, because we know, I think mostly everybody knows when you talk about buggery, which, especially if you're talking, maybe you do not understand the word, I'm just saying some people may not. You're talking about two males and how they have sex.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's an issue. That's an issue. Because they're saying it's just not right. God put it this way.
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
God did not make us to do that. We got creative, as far as I'm concerned, as far as Tony Paul is concerned. God made us to do our thing with maybe the opposite sex, but we're getting creative. We keep getting creative, Andre, every single day. We're just doing different things. Again, they say to spice up the bedroom. So we get creative. And then we realize we probably did it with women. And then you realize you like it. And all of a sudden, boom.
But Tony, here's the hypocrisy. Here's the hypocrisy. What about now when guys now bugger their girlfriends?
No, it is in the bedroom. Nobody knows except those who are doing it.
Yeah, but if it's against the law, it's against the law.
But
buggery is against the law. Buggery.
You wouldn't know, though.
Well, exactly. So when the homosexuals are in their privacy at their home, having their consensual whatever, who are you? Well, let's say you. I'm just making a general statement.
That, yeah.
Or who are we to go and intervene? The people are doing nothing. These are adults, unless of course now it's a different thing.
Right.
If you don't have a consenting adult,
Right.
you know that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But you have two consenting adults who choose to have our fornication, our adultery, right? We make that choice. Why can't they have that choice as well?
Buggery?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We have to be fair.
I would. You're sticking with your guns, Andrew?
Yes, we have to be fair.
I'm sticking with mine. You know what I mean? Yeah. It ain't right.
So let me ask you. So when we engage in fornication, in God's eyes, that's what you said a while ago. So that's right.
He made it. If the Bible is correct for what you're believing in, God made man. You realize man was lonely as hell. He didn't make another man. He made a woman. It's what you believe.
Well, some people will tell you that story. That's a fake story. That never happened. Morning, Blau.
my boy. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? And because you could see it just works. You know, it works.
I like your demonstration.
Yeah,
I like your demonstration.
Comes together nicely, man. You don't have a woman by your side. That feels so good, Andrew. You know I am. You know I'm right. But of course, you're talking again in maybe equality kind of thing. You know, as human beings, equal. Now, having said all of that, I think it is wrong. Andrew, it's your choice. Let me tell you, Andrew, your choice if you want to go and bugger somebody.
Right.
So I say, it's not fair,
right. Exactly. So the police now or the government are making it their business now to get involved in your business
because it's illegal. And
that's what I'm saying. It's
the law.
They need to change the law.
Okay,
because it discriminates against one group of people. That cannot be right. So that's what I'm saying. These things have to be fought. Now, Tony, in the next maybe 10, 20 years, we'll be singing a different story because I know that will be fought successfully through the courts.
Probably.
And they're going to win.
Yeah, probably.
Because they have a strong case.
So
and then you have these people, Tony, listen, you know one of the worst things? When you see you have certain people in certain positions and their thinking never evolves. These people will die.
Yeah.
They have to move out. Right? I'm not saying we go on a limb and do things that are immoral, and I will never support that. But I'm saying in this particular case there, we have to be fair. If we can have, and hear me well, I'm using my words with great specificity, if we can have our fun in the eyes of God, and we know God does not appreciate it, they also have the right in the eyes of God to do what they want to do. because we're doing something that looks natural, but in God's eye it's still wrong, and we feel that we are cool with that, leave the people alone. Leave them alone.
Here's a question for you. I know the answer, but hey, listeners, enjoy it. And viewers. So if they were to form a committee and they said, Andre Paul, would you like to be on that committee, even chair it, and to repeal those buggery laws? You'd be present.
Well,
you'd be on that committee.
You know my strength. My strength is here with this microphone. This microphone. That's my strength. So I'll say to them, oh man, wonderful. I can't be your president. I cannot be your president because I do not support the lifestyle. I don't support the lifestyle.
Oh, you don't?
No. Don't get me wrong. I do not support the lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm saying, remember I said it is wrong in God's sight. What I do with my fornicating and what you, whoever else, right? We know what we're doing is wrong, but we still do it anyway. So I do not support the lifestyle. But I will fight for your rights. So if you ask me to be president, I will tell you I do not support the lifestyle. I'll be the worst person to advocate for you. However, I have a powerful medium, which is this microphone right here. So you're welcome. Come here. Let's talk. Let's talk.
I thought you would say, yes, you would do it, But I think now I understand. Somehow I just didn't get it the first time. Why? I don't understand. I don't know why I didn't get what you're saying. It's like the human being. The person has a right. Basically, what I was saying, has a right to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Don't make a law against what they're doing, or don't have a law against what they're doing. I think that's what you're saying.
Right. And I'm saying, if you want me now to be against what they're doing, have a law against what I'm doing, and the vast majority of other people in St. Lucia are doing. Have a law against those two, and then I will say, now we're fair. So now I can come out and say, what you're doing, that buggery thing, this is wrong. Do you understand? Because we are fair. But as it is right now, it is unfair. One group is allowed to do what we want, and another group can't do what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. Finally, I got it. Gosh, yes.
And just a quick thing, Tony. There was I think a bishop in Poland. He had to step down because of a sex scandal involving his clergy, right? And apparently they had some prostitute or the other who was at a party, a fete, and I don't know how this came out, but I think the guy fell unconscious. So you see how things go wrong. The guy fell unconscious at the party. Now, Tony, clearly the diocese are not supposed to be involved in that kind of thing. You have a prostitute there dancing and doing all kind of thing. You're having a fete. Right now, that's in Poland. Now, they're not as stringent as those African countries. But the guy fell unconscious, and apparently an ambulance was called for and so on. And I guess they tell that fella, listen, maybe don't talk, partner, don't say anything. And of course, he began to wag his tongue. And he said exactly what happened. So that thing came out now, a big scandal. So they had to ask the bishop now, because he's aware of what's going on. Now, hear what he said. Interesting. And we always say those things, we see we get caught. He says there, forgive me for my human limitations. And he said, if I offended anyone, I am sorry. So forgive me for my human limitations. So he can have human limitations, and I guess he wants us to understand that. So what about other people now? They can have human limitations as well?
We all do.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me? We all do. We're limited, and just the fact that you're human, you will make mistakes, If you're sorry for your mistakes, then of course you can stop doing what you are doing or what you did before, because you're sorry. You've said sorry, and hopefully you won't do it again.
That's the thing,
No repeat. Yeah.
And that's the only way we can really prove that when we're sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't repeat the thing that we say we're sorry about. But sometimes saying sorry is the easiest thing to do. Yeah, and we hope that when we say it assuages everything. Right? I'm sorry. And we're supposed to move on. No. It doesn't work like that.
I kind of feel that way, Andrea. If I say I'm sorry, let's move on. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm so sorry. I did so and so and so.
Right.
So.
Now, that's phase one.
Yeah.
Phase two now is exactly what you said there. Right. Your actions now must show that you're sorry. But if you keep repeating the actions, that means you're not sorry.
Some people just won't let you get away with just, I'm sorry. They have to whip you, especially if you say you're sorry and they realize, okay, I have him, whether woman or man, they just whoop you and continue with it and continue. But I tell you, hey, sorry already. Well, what's your problem? Until, okay, like you said, that second part now, I start to show that I was sorry, not repeating what I did.
Yeah. Well, Tony, it was fun. Guess what I did today? I actually put on Facebook. I was able to do it today. I was taught exactly what to do.
That's right.
Yes,
you did.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I remember to turn it off too.
Yes, I remember to turn it off.
Because someone asked me, why is it that it's just this program that's on Facebook? And of course, we did it on Friday as well.
That's right, with Love Zone.
That's right.
So we'll be having other shows. I know for sure if everything works out okay, Thursday we should be having a brand new show starting, and that will be on Facebook for sure at 9 o'clock. And it's supposed to be from 9 to 11. But again, we're still working on things. Hopefully we'll get word by today as to whether. In fact, I was told already that they're starting this Thursday. So if that goes on from 9 to 11, it'll be on Facebook. Yeah. So some of the shows, like for example, What's on Your Mind? I don't think you can feel that vibe.
Right.
Because I'm just me in the studio.
Right. That's what I was coming to say.
Yeah. There's no real interaction except with the callers. Yeah. So I guess we have to be picky.
That's right. Yeah. When you have guests, it's easier to do it.
Exactly.
So that's why we're just Facebook with this program, and again, selected programs we put on Facebook. Yeah,
all right. So Tony, you ready for the giveaway?
I'm there. Let's do this. All right. Our giveaways, the way it works, right? $97.1 can be yours. But the way it works is that we ask you to call us right here, right now. That's right, right now. And we give you the opportunity to win $97.1. The way it works is that we ask you questions, up to 5 questions. The first one is worth $20. Second one, we double it up, $40. And the third, we add another 20. The fourth, another 20. And the fifth, of course, you get to $97.1. Do we have a call?
Yes, we do on the
right.
fixed line. And by the way, the fixed line number is 572-9710. 572-9710 fixed line. WhatsApp 2870971. Thanks for holding. Good morning.
Boy, morning. I come for morning.
Monday. And by the way, our clause now is that you can only win once for the week. Okay, so remember that. Once for the week.
Yes.
All right.
So you're taking them overnight?
Yes, Arthur. No, that was since last week. That was since last week.
You and Tony and Asan, that thing goes overnight to people?
Sorry, what did you say, Arthur?
You already that, you already voted that. Just for what? And that was morning?
He collected, was it last week he collected?
Oh, yes, he did.
Arthur, there's so much more money to win. Especially between, say, 11 and 2 o'clock. Lots and lots of money. Things to come. And no, not today. It'll start from the 1st, which is Wednesday. And nobody could say, because let's call it an all-inclusive. Remember we spoke about Lucky 3?
Right.
That's right. All inclusive. You can win as many times as you like. Call as many times as you like. You just keep adding to your winnings. All right? More on that later. Let's get with the business at hand.
Right.
You ready?
Right away.
All right. First question is, and it's worth $20. Who is St. Lucia's Power Soca Monarch 2023?
How I forget that?
Exactly. You're not there.
And I do every day.
Exactly.
Well, Arthur, time's up, partner. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Wow. I thought you were going to eat that one up.
I don't remember myself. I don't remember.
That's the whole idea of the program.
Yes. So who is it?
Well, I came up with something because I want to ask it again. Okay, I'll say it so that at least they would know next time. Imran Nerdy.
Right. Yeah. The thing is, if you keep it for the next time, they'll do their homework and they'll get it.
That kind of way. So that's what I'm thinking. So. Along with that and the other program, which we'll be doing from the 1st, which is the Lucky 3. Yes, that will be.
Tell us a little more about that, Tony.
All right. Time is okay, but you say you good, right?
It's on your show.
Okay. All right. We're gonna do this twice. All right. It's called Lucky 3. For example, Arthur just called. He has the opportunity to win 3 times. Because Lucky 3. First question he selected today, he missed the first question. He missed whatever money that we'll be putting up on the day. That first one. Then I say question number 2. he goes ahead. Question number 2. If he misses that question number 2, he misses the amount that we were going to add. Well, he misses that amount. If he gets question number 3 correct, he gets a certain amount. Okay, in my head, I'm thinking $25. So 25, 25, 25. Each question is worth $25. So in one day, if you get all 3 questions, you, Arthur Charles, would bank about $75 from that first time. You can call as many times as you like, as often as you like, to keep adding to your winnings. It'll go up to 1 week. Of course, we'll try to get as many people involved as possible. So it'll go up to 1 week, Monday to Friday. So you have the opportunity to keep adding and adding and adding to your earnings. But everything that you got right is yours. We're not taking it away.
So that'll be between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, as somebody would say, keep it locked.
That's right. Hey, that's right. That's right.
Okay, folks.
Yeah, man. That's just one of the ideas. Let me just run another one by you quickly.
Good.
Okay. Well, we could do this all day, Andrew. I cannot things to talk about.
Well, whole bricks.
Okay.
Hold your bricks.
Just this last one. Beginning perhaps this Friday, because again, we're starting a brand new month. This Friday, you, Andre Paul, will play a song in the morning, any time of the morning. And you will tell our listeners, this is the song of the day. But you're not telling them the artist or the title of the song. They have to find that out, right? And then I will play that song in the afternoon, well, sometime on the mid-morning. Whenever I play it, they will call me and say, hey, that is the song. The name of the artist and the title of the song will worth $97.1.
Yes, I. Good stuff.
A few
Good
of
stuff.
the ideas.
Good stuff. All right. So, folks, you got to keep it locked because coming up next is going to be Tony Paul on the Rev-Up Center. So this has been Wake Up and Live with Andre Paul for today, Monday, the 30th of October. Thanks for listening and thanks for viewing. Those of you on Facebook, I'll see you tomorrow morning, God willing, at 5 o'clock. So stand by for much more action right here on Rev-Up St. Lucia.